We hope you enjoy The Magician's Whispers in the Dark, A Tale of a Reluctant Hero by Rachel Lawson.
I am entranced by night's hushed whispers in the dark, which remain unheard, where silver sweet silence is never broken by the harsh notes of the day. They are pure ecstasy to the heart and the mind. I am lost, drowning in its ethereal light. Sweet sounds, they are magical to the ear. These silver moonlit hours, they steal the heart. The sounds of the night echo in the dark, ringing like a bell through its chilling airs, soothing the mind and soul.
Sang an angelic-voiced, light lyric tenor in Mad King George's court. The singer was watching his wife like a nervous hawk, worried about her. He was an anxious, expectant father. His wife was all right. She enjoyed hearing her husband sing, and so did the entire court, as he was a very good singer. The moment he stopped singing, he walked over to his wife's side. "How are you, my angel?" The singer Lord Valentine Alexander, the king's doctor, asked his wife anxiously. "I'm still all right, my lord," laughed his wife in her sing-song sweet voice. "Doctors are always worrying," the king's eldest son, Prince George, the Prince of Wales, said, chuckling. Valentine looked nervous. "She's expecting," Valentine said. "So are you, kittens," laughed the prince, thoroughly amused by his joke. Valentine smiled nervously back. "How was I, my angel?" asked Valentine. "Good as ever," said Lady Angela, the wife of Valentine, beaming. "Good, good," Valentine said, smiling. "She's right, you were, man," the prince said seriously. "Thank you, sir," said Valentine. "Have you decided on a name for the baby?" asked the prince. "No," Angela said. "Elizabeth is a good name for a girl, and George is a good boy's name," said the prince. "Yes," said Valentine, not liking either but being polite. "I like the name Tempest," said a young man Valentine didn't recognize, who looked like he belonged at court, but he'd not seen him there before. "Thank you," said Blake, not liking that name either. The man looked curiously inhuman to Valentine, who wasn't human either. He was an alien sorcerer Valentine, as was his wife. The man looked somewhat familiar to him, even though he was a man he didn't know. "Who are you?" asked Valentine curiously, when he found the man alone, reading in the prince's library. "Tempest, the Lord of Time," said the man, putting down the book. "I thought you didn't look human. Your cloaking spell gave you away." "Our people look the same," said Valentine. "Yes," said Tempest. "What brings you here?" asked Valentine. "I came to see you, actually," said Tempest. "Why?" asked Valentine. "I need you to do something," Tempest told him. "Like what?" asked Valentine. "Save someone in France," said Tempest. "Save someone? Who do you think I am, the Scarlet Pimpernel?" asked Valentine, who was a time traveler originally from the future who'd been trapped in the past since the Roman era. His people were long-lived and seldom died. He knew of the Pimpernel from his youth in the future. "No, Blue Midnight, you are better than him, and you're real," said Tempest. "I can't leave my wife. She's pregnant," said Valentine adamantly. "You must. They have my sister. They want to kill her," said Tempest, ignoring him. "Why don't you save her?" said Valentine. "I can't. I saw they'd kill me too." "You are her last hope," said Tempest. "Who is your sister?" said Valentine, reluctantly. "Kira Robespierre. You must save her," said Tempest. "Is she someone to me?" asked Valentine. "You cold-hearted bastard. You know her," said Tempest vehemently. "No, I don't. She's dead to me," said Valentine in a voice as cold as ice. "Go judge yourself, you cold-hearted fossil," Tempest shouted at Valentine, the grim reaper judge of the dead. "How can she be your sister, liar? I have only 2 children, and you aren't Lance?" "This is some trap," accused Valentine, thinking the man a French spy or an anarchist. "You have 3 now. I'm the baby inside Mum, you old fool," shouted Tempest. "I live out of time, and I have lived there all my life. You know me, but you have just forgotten me. I am your son, the timekeeper. I watch time pass by in the pool of time. I see all. and get a splitting migraine in this dimension. Timekeeper, Valentine said, remembering him from the future. Then it struck him he wasn't lying. What do you want me to do? Valentine reluctantly said he didn't like his daughter much. He saw her as too wild, too violent, but he didn't want her to be murdered, especially by the French. She had married Maximilien Robespierre, a revolutionary leader. They had a young son, and she fell out with her father. Why doesn't she just teleport out of there? Asked the father. They are watching her and her family too closely. She's afraid of betraying the rest of us, magicians, living in secret, said Tempest. The French will hunt us too. I see, said Valentine, realizing it would be harder than he had thought. Later that evening, Valentine and Tempest met Angela. Hey, my angel, I figured out the baby's name, Valentine said sheepishly. What? Angela asked, curious about the idea. Tempest, you tell her, said Valentine. Why him? Can't you tell me yourself? Asked Angela. Mum, he did, said Tempest. Mum, said Angela, confused. He's the timekeeper. Tempest, our son, said Valentine nervously, not sure how she'd take it. She laughed. This is a joke, she said. She'd never met him or heard of him before. No, Mum, said Tempest. I would have waited till after I was born to meet you, but I had to come now. I live out of time. I need to borrow Dad for a while. Why? Asked Angela, who was growing worried. Valkyria has been arrested, said Tempest. What for? Angela asked. The French took her because they overthrew her husband, said Tempest. Husband? Was he an aristocrat? Asked Angela, who didn't know their daughter was married to Robespierre. No, Citizen Robespierre, Tempest said. Valentine looked awkward and confused. You didn't tell her? Tempest asked his dad. No, I thought she couldn't take it, said Valentine. Angela looked scared, not because she had a revolutionary as an in-law, but because of her daughter. Save her, she cried. I will try, said Valentine. And I will look after Mum for you, said Tempest. Thank you, boy, said Valentine. Where are the accursed traitors, the Robespierres? Demanded a French citizen soldier in the prison where they were kept before they were to be executed. Why? Asked the man in charge of the jail. I have been ordered to take them to visit Madame la Guillotine, said the soldier, handing over an order to release the Robespierres in the custody of one Jean Forgeron. The jailer looked as if he didn't believe him. The soldier looked awkwardly at the name on the order. You are joking? You are Jean Forgeron, said the jailer. You don't look like a smith, you are an aristo. Why do you want the Robespierres? They aren't aristos. Okay then, that's the last time I get Lance to forge papers for me, moaned Jean Forgeron, whose name translates as John Smith. Valentine thought the name was a cruel joke. The jailer pulled a gun on Valentine. The jailer spat out, English aristo. Give me that gun, Valentine ordered in French. To the surprise of the jailer, he did. Take me to the Robespierres, Valentine ordered. The jailer was panicking. He didn't want to. They were led into their cell. Kira, Valentine said to his daughter, who was comforting her son as her husband stood looking shocked. Dad? Kira said, recognizing him. Yes, come with us, all of you, said Valentine. Thank you, Val, said Citizen Robespierre. You're welcome, Maxim, said Valentine. Mama, who is he? Asked the young boy, who didn't know his grandfather. Your granddad has come to save us. Do as he says, said Kira. Valentine told the jailer to take them out of the jail. He did, and they left him. They started to travel back to England. The jailer whom Valentine had hypnotized into helping them escape the jail was executed as a traitor, after he said what happened. When they reached Rouen, they heard the French had kidnapped Angela. Valentine was shocked and panicked, worried about his wife and baby, and angry with Tempest for failing to protect them as he had promised. Valentine had to save them, but he didn't know how. His son-in-law was the one who stood up to help his father-in-law, who had lost it. He was comatose. Maximilien Robespierre knew what they wanted. It was him. He sent word that he would give himself up if they gave back Angela, whom they didn't want to kill as much as him. He knew she was merely a pawn. To catch a king? Well, him. He knew them as he had led them. Look after him, ma chérie. Take him back to England with you, Robespierre told his wife before he left. Mama, where is Daddy going? Isn't he coming with us? The boy asked, seeing his father leaving them. He's going to save your Nana, said Kira, fighting back tears so she wouldn't worry her son. Robespierre handed himself over to be executed and told them where to leave their hostage. Angela was taken and released unharmed in Rouen, where Valentine found her. Seeing her again awoke him from his comatose state, slowly. Robespierre gave her a note for him. Sometimes even heroes need saving, it said. Valentine felt guilty for his son-in-law's death for the rest of his life. Tempest told Valentine later that he had let his mother be captured, as the death of Robespierre had been a fixed point in time.
I am entranced by night's hushed whispers in the dark, which remain unheard, where silver sweet silence is never broken by the harsh notes of the day. They are pure ecstasy to the heart and the mind. I am lost, drowning in its ethereal light. Sweet sounds, they are magical to the ear. These silver moonlit hours, they steal the heart. Hushed whispers in the dark, which remain unheard, where silver sweet silence is never broken by the harsh notes of the day. They are pure ecstasy to the heart and the mind. I am lost, drowning in its ethereal light. Sweet sounds, they are magical to the ear. These silver moonlit hours, they steal the heart. Whispers in the dark, which remain unheard, where silver sweet silence is never broken by the harsh notes of the day. They are pure ecstasy to the heart and the mind. I am lost, drowning in its ethereal light. Sweet sounds, they are magical to the ear. These silver moonlit hours, they steal the heart. The sounds of the night echo in the dark, ringing like a bell through its chilling